Good morning. Thanks for coming to Tech Day. It is an honor for us that our president to join us for this opening comments and remarks. And he doesn't need any introduction. In that 2 months, or how many days now?
4 months.
4 months. 4 months. You see how fast it goes? It means like 2 months because we had such a joy having him on our campus. He's been everywhere on this campus and he's met everyone on this campus. So I don't have to go through his introductions. I would like to just give him a round of applause and turn to our president, Virjee.
I have no idea who that is. As I tell everyone, that's what my mother says when I'm in trouble. I was trying to think I would start with some kind of connection between denim and high tech, and I could not come up with anything. Denim is flexible, and our high tech folks are very flexible. I don't know. So I'm just going to move right to it. I'm very, very glad to be here, and I'm very excited for Tech Day. I have to admit that I am not particularly tech savvy. So this should be a good day for me. I will tell you that when I was in college, there were no cell phones, there were no computers, and a tablet was something made out of stone that the 10 Commandments were written on. When I went to law school, there were still no computers, and there weren't even word processors. And when we wanted to have our moot court briefs typed, there was this mysterious guy in the bad part of town that we had to go and talk to and trade money, and then he would type for us. And when I started as a lawyer, I said, computers are a fad. I'm going to stick to my dictaphone. No, you guys don't even know what a dictaphone is. So times have changed. And I threw away my dictaphone a long time ago. Not really, it's in my desk drawer. I have a computer on my desk, and I actually have 2 screens. Does that make me high-tech? I don't think so, not yet. I even know how to talk to that little person, Siri, that lives in my phone. I know how to do that really well. So I'm all set for Tech Day. But seriously, when I first came to the CSU, Amir was one of the first people to come and welcome me and greet me, and he brought me a new iPhone X.
Yes.
And I still don't know how to use it, so thanks a lot, Amir, for that. But if I did know how to use it, I could tell you that the Wi-Fi on our campus is amazing. And I know it's amazing because I see all these kids like this all the time. So I know that that Wi-Fi must be amazing. But we laugh. But those kids are using the Wi-Fi. They're not playing Fortnite like Amir. They're spending time reading their notes from their professors on Titanium. They're on the Fullerton app checking for their classes. They're online with their classmates talking. And yes, tens of thousands of them are following me on Twitter. I do really want to be serious for a moment. I believe that there is no coincidence that as our IT division has grown up on the CSUF campus and its capabilities have flourished, we've seen our graduation rates go up. We've seen our retention rates go up. And we've seen our ability to track and service our students and access to see their progress go up. And then there's online learning. The impact of online learning on our campus is we are just beginning to feel. In the fall of 2017, we had about 32% of our population taking an online class. And just in one semester, it went from 32% to 38%. And so in the spring. Today we have almost 700 online classes. We have over 5,000 classes that are using Titanium. Wi-Fi is all over our campus. It's accessible everywhere. It's been upgraded with the latest technology. And I believe that our IT folks at Cal State Fullerton are the best in the system, bar none. So I want to give them a hand. You know, some of these statistics are amazing. Over 30,000 wired ports, 2,000 wireless access points, 20,000 concurrent connections for wireless access. Sort of a dizzying array of software that we provide to our students with Office 365 and Lynda and Dropbox and Adobe and MATLAB and Zoom and a whole bunch of things that I can't even say or don't even know what they are. 450 laptops available for short-term or long-term use, which is amazing. 30 iPads available for checkout. 444, I love that number. 444 computers available for use. And the list, it just goes on and on and on. And the most amazing thing about this IT explosion and the way in which our IT division, the way in which our IT team has deployed it, is it's virtually invisible. We all expect every day that we're going to get up every morning and go to our computer and it's going to work. And we can't believe it when it doesn't work. How could this not happen? It doesn't happen very often that it doesn't work. It almost always works. We all expect that everything's going to be here for me. It doesn't matter how many email accounts I have, how many people send me a text, how many places on social media I want to look, what I want to find on Google, and this lady Siri in here helps me with everything. It all works, and that is in no small order a result of the team that we have here at Cal State Fullerton that takes care of it every day, and they do it behind the scenes, without request for recognition, quite frankly, with a smile on their face every time. And I call them all the time, and they always have a smile. Yeah, we know, Fram, you actually have to turn your computer on to work. Don't worry, you'll get it someday. So a hallmark of Cal State Fullerton has always been our adaptability to change, our staying not just in the pack, but ahead of the curve. And our IT division and our IT services that we provide is just one example of how we do that day after day. We do it for our faculty, we do it for our staff, we do it with respect to the research that we do it for our students, we do it for their parents, we do it for the local community. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so I wanted to be sure to come here and start Tech Day by acknowledging how far we've come, and also acknowledging the excitement with which our group is always looking for the next horizon, the next big thing, the next explosion, where we're going to go next with this. And it's hard for me to even imagine, but it's going to happen, and it's going to happen quickly. And I have every confidence in the world that we have the team, the commitment, the infrastructure, and we will have to have the resources as well to adapt and not just be in the pack, but lead in educating our students using technology. So, and eventually, you're probably going to teach me how to use my phone. So, welcome to Tech Day. If you're like me, you're going to be listening and learning and having a great day. And I appreciate that you all coming out. And I'll turn it back over to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have a little thing for you. And Julie, I want to recognize...
It's the instruction manual.
I want to recognize Julie Virjee, President Virjee's wife, to be here. Thank you very much for coming. Good morning. Thank you very much, President Virjee. Thank you very much for your great comments. I want to thank again the IT division to make everything possible. I want to thank everybody that made this event possible. A lot of work went to it to make it happen. I want you to, we're going to go through this presentation I have, but I really want you to pay attention because there's a lot of trivias in there, and we have giveaways. Okay? Now, giveaways, your giveaways were, first of all, was your shirts, right? We want you to wear the CSUF IT shirts that we gave you proudly on campus, including the chief. We have the chief, so we're always safer when the chief is here. Yes. We're always safer, so we really appreciate for chief to be here. And please pay attention for some of the trivias. I always start with a cartoon, but I think the one in your left is what's coming. And on the right it says, no, I will not take you to A1 Steakhouse. So autonomous cars are something that's coming. It's actually, we are something I talked to the parking department that you need to probably have somewhere to use autonomous car to drop our students off, because they're going to be the Uber plus is going to be the new way of actually going through it. And the other one is exactly what my son does. My son, I have a 15-year-old, he's in high school, and what he does, he basically texts me across the room. And if I don't respond, he says, Dad, didn't I tell you? So I said, no, you texted me. He says, well, that's better than telling you, because now I've documented that I told you something. So this is a stat I love to put out there. About 4.8 billion people use smartphones, okay? And 73% of the people always, now this is in the world, always have their smartphone with them. Okay, now I think in the US we're about 98%, maybe 100%, okay? But the stunning stat is people pick it up 150 to 200 times a day for an average of 177 minutes. Now, I do it 400 to 600 times a day for an average of, we can ask my wife what those average are. It's really high. Yes, all day.
Every day.
Every day. So by that, I'm going to ask you a trivia. Where's my trivias? Robin, can I get my...
Yes.
I'll ask you a trivia. In 1983, a truly portable cell phone called Dynatec 8000 was introduced to the world. What was the nickname of the phone? Brick. All right. All right. Right. Let's get. There's few of them. Let's get them here so we can give it to everybody. All right. Who's? Here we go. The brick. It is correct. It was the brick. Here we go. So it was the brick. All right. There you are. Of course. Maybe Robin can give them out so I don't have to go back and forth. So the next slide I want to talk to you about is our students. You know, people talk about it still millennials. The millennials are our faculty. The centennials are really our students. There are students that came, they call the Z generation or I generations. I generation, you know, you have iMacs, iPhone, Amir, everything else go along with it. So you have the I generation, which goes from 1995 to 2008. That's the really range. But always it goes further than that. But they have 6 characteristics. They are cynical. They are more reals than the millennials. Millennials were kind of, really looking at things, at everything's open. They are private. They don't use Facebook. Facebook lost 25% of this population and losing more, because it's actually shameful to be on Facebook if you are centennials, because that's your parents' social media. They're more entrepreneur. The millennials were about 60% entrepreneur, and the centennials are about 72%. People out of high school love to start a business. They do multitasking. They do 5-screen multitasking on average. That's what they're looking for. For millennial, we're looking at 2. And of course, Gen Zs are 1 or 0. There are 4D thinkers and they're technology line. So it really means connected all the time. As President just talked about, we have to have connectivity for all the students all the time in very high speed. So it is very much a requirement for us. Social media, something to talk about. Again, there's 2 social media I talk about here. Twitter is there, but it's somewhere in there. It's Snapchat and Instagram. Okay, Instagram is probably one of the most popular one out there. If you're following Selena Gomez, it has 136 million followers. It's the top followers in Instagram. Okay, So it is, and 71% of businesses now use Instagram as their way of communicating. Okay? Another one is, and Instagram stories are 250 million active users of stories. And those of you who are on there. If you look at a Snapchat, 45% are 18 to 24. And 90% of the users on Instagrams are under 35. So it gives you, that is really our millennials and our centennials going through it. So I have this. So what is the estimated Instagram revenue on mobile ads in 2018? B? B? Okay. All right. How many people say B? Please give them a giveaway. We're running out of giveaway. But we'll get there.
It has to be something that you can use on Instagram, right? So
Exactly.
a selfie
So we have selfie stick for you. In 2018, I want to talk about the top 10 trend of technology. Gartner usually spend a lot of time spending to see what's coming and what kind of a technology they have. So what I like to do is actually put on this video that talks about the top trend of the technology for 2018. So going back to, sorry. So these are the top 10 things that Gartner talks about 2018. And the reason I bring it up to you, because not that we want to embed in your day-to-day life in higher education. Also, we need to educating our students when they go to the workforce to be ready for these kind of activity that far beyond what we have been doing in the past 10 years. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. And artificial intelligence will change everything we do. And if you look at some of the numbers here, there are 2.3 by 2020, artificial intelligence, there are 2.3 new jobs will be created. And the 1.8 million jobs will be lost. And that makes higher education the focal point of the nation. How do we educate students to fill those 2.3 million jobs? And how do we have a life learning process for all of our students and all of our alumni to come to the campus and be learned when they lose their job to get retrained themselves to occupy those new jobs moving forward. Other stats, searches in 2021, 30% of visual voices is going to be browsing using visual and voice, as President talked about. My second wife is Siri, because, or Alexa, they're actually competing now. I have two, and you can't have two extra wives, so you have to use them. I call them, those are my friends. That's what I introduce them to my wife. Okay, there's one blockchain where we'll do 1 billion, banking create in 2020. We'll create 1 billion of cryptocurrency. This is a very interesting thing. 50% of consuming more about false and true about trust. By 2022 is about trust of the information. The information is going to be so much. What do we trust? The concept of fake news is actually a lot of articles talk about that. Is it real or fake? If you look at artificial intelligence is going to play such a great role that we don't know if the person talking to us on the phone or the person actually you're working with or a chat that you're talking to, is it computer or not? In Georgia Tech, they actually looked at, they put on a tutor. They had a tutor in there versus, which is used AI-driven, versus the regular tutors. And the students actually give them a higher rating than the regular users when they were testing, because they didn't know Jane was an AI background. So again, is it real or fake when you look at AI? Who is really providing the answers for you? Here's another one. There's 95% of a new product contain IoT. There's something in it. There's going to be something in your shoes. There's going to be something in your implants. There's going to be something. So people even know, I have a little cartoons, they will probably eventually know if you floss how many times you floss a day. Because your data on your tooth will tell them how many times you floss a day, which for me would never count because I don't floss. So again, 50% of the bot development, so this mobile app's going to go away. It's going to be going to depend on bot development, okay? And about half the IT security will spend on IoTs, securing the IoT devices, because the IoT devices are non-secure moving forward. I want to give you a little chart that I want to keep you. By the way, we will have this presentation available to all of you, so you'll have it. I want to give you a little chart. When I talked about technology, we were talking about bits. Then we talked about bytes. Then we were talking about what? Kilobytes, megabytes, terabytes, right? Nowadays, petabytes. So I just want you to understand your bytes, because when you go in a dinner conversation, you can talk about someone. Do you know what zettabyte is? Tell people. They don't. You just say, I'm sorry, you are behind behind, because you have to be knowing what zettabyte is. And the reason for zettabyte, which is, and they are running out of bytes. You notice that it only goes to prontobytes. So somebody needs to start increasing those things and coming up with new ones. Okay? So if you look at the last 2 years of data, there are 2.7 zettabyte of data exists today. 2.7 zettabyte of data. Another nice stat is the Walmart handles today about 1 million transactions a day. An hour, I'm sorry. And we translate with 2.5 petabyte of data. This is just Walmart alone. Okay? So, now that you know, I have a trivia. How many terabytes in a zettabyte? Oh, remember I told you to pay attention. I gave you the answers without you even thinking about it. Anybody? Okay, pick one. You got 4 choices, 25% correctness. Okay, who? Okay. C. All right, we have lots of people. All right, all right. We'll give you more. We have something. Give them. We'll give you some.
Can we change the last one to in and out double bite?
Yeah. Absolutely. So the role of CIOs, role of my job has been changing. is in changing in a lot of ways. What I call them today, with all the technology moving, is a perfect storm. We have concept of mobility, multimedia, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, cognitive cloud. You're looking at visual recognition, structure, larger structure, IoT. So it is even more important for us to be ready for our students and also ready to move forward this institution to now new level. When you look at EDUCAUSE, it's what nationally recognized what we need to do for higher education and information technology. They developed 4 issues in 2018. Number 1, we need to have institutional adaptiveness, which talks about we have to have institution-wide IT strategy. We make sure that we have institutional affordability, which is Cal State Fullerton is probably one of the most affordable higher education institutions in the nation. We need to be able to change leadership. We have to be ready for change. Change is coming all the time. Leadership needs to be able to adapt and change as technology, as everything changes along with it. The quicker the changes come a lot quicker than before. IT needs to make sure they're adaptive. There are 2 major issues in IT that we need to deal with. Number 1 is information security. Information security. By 2020, the nation needs about 2 million jobs in information security. 2 million jobs in 2020. And we do not have the pipeline to create those jobs right now. Okay? Information security plays a huge role. And also, we need to be able to train IT staffing model that be able to train and really deploy those staffing. Improve student outcomes. Most of you know about GI 2025, what our campus is doing. We need to be able to really improve the graduation rate, improve the retention rate, and make sure we have high-quality students going through the pipelines to the community. Improve decision-making process, data becoming king, the ability to really analyze data, be able to create data, digital integrations, and how do we make everything work together around the data cycle. Cybercrime, this is another one. When you look at the national debt versus cybercrime, by 2020, there's a $2 trillion in cybercrime. Every time they steal your record, it costs $158 in value. And I want to give you another one. How many identities has been exposed in data breaches over the last 8 years? All right. In the last 8 years, there are 7.1 billion identities. So those of you really guard your social security number, it's been exposed probably 10 times already. I hate to say it to you. So when people really are paranoid about their information, I'll tell them, it is important to safeguard. But I will tell you that your information has been exposed. 7.1 billion in last 8 years. Number 1 or number 2 in Federal Trade Commission always brings the identity theft. We have about over 200,000 identity theft, 200,000 to 300,000 identity theft on annual basis. That was reported. That's just reported in there. So how many people do you give them anything? How many people? C. Okay, there are people C. Okay.
Here I come, ban away.
Thank you, Robin. You have your denim on, so you can go. Okay. Another key, the EDUCAUSE talks about teaching and learning, about what are the key issues in teaching and learning. Number 1, academic transformation. Number 2 is accessibility, universal design. Number 3, faculty development center. Where is our faculty development center director here? Thought I saw her right there. Right there, over there. There you go. Number 4 is the privacy and security. We want to make sure that what we do a lot for this campus to make sure that your data is private and secure. We also, number 5 is digital literacy. And I will talk about digital literacy coming up in a couple minutes. Number 6, integrated platform advising, which we'll be working on this campus. 7, instructional design, online and blended teaching, as President talked about. Number 9 is evaluation of the technology-based instructional innovations, the new way of teaching and learning. And number 10 is open education. There's also the new generation of the learning platforms are coming. That's going to change the way we do in the next 5 years. Okay? I always say this is a new mode of teaching. This is how it used to be. This is how it's going to be. And it is a lot of time in our classrooms. You're really going from this to this. This is the new way of thinking. I have this. It says when you look at evolution of skills, right? You want to ask yourself, is this, how many of you guys remember WordPerfect? And all right, there's a lot. All right. But we still, in a classroom today, lots of assignments are done only using Microsoft Word. So what can we do differently? Well, digital literacy is something that teaching and learning talked about, is the ability to use information and communication technology to find, evaluate, and create or communicate information requiring cognitive and technical skills. So you want to be able to use all sort of tools, all sort of media to create content. So, comes out to my next slide, Jake Siriani. Jake Siriani is a student for Washington State University. He was going to audition, or not audition, put on an application and submit a resume for internship at Jimmy Fallon's show. Okay? The chance of getting in is 1 to 20,000 to getting in as an intern. So he had access to Adobe product, he had access on his campus, he had access to digital literacy, he was able to train himself to do this. He decided that he is going to have a new resume via the video that he submitted to Jimmy Fallon. I want you to see his resume that he was submitting.
Archives of Steve Allen all around the internet. If I want it physically, I'll grab a video cassette. Studio 6B with Jimmy Fallon next to me. Do you need an intern? Cause I'm getting a degree in this. Communication. NBC's the station to view content creation from the Comcast Corporation. Here's my declaration. Dedicated, diligent, and driven. Looking for an intern? Well, I recommend you listen, cause editing's my gift. Entertainment is my craft. Put 2 and 2 together and you've got yourself some popular mathematics. A charismatic, violent fanatic who's not erratic but asthmatic. Guests. Gabourey, Sidibe, and George Stephanopoulos. A new song by Green Day, the musical guest. I guess Higgins the best sidekick in late night. Hashtag the panda, is he doing alright? I saw him through the door and I saw him on the floor. Haskell and Opsel, my comedy mentors. Johnny J and Jimmy have come out with the hits. Would it be ever so hard to throw a Jake in the mix? Knee slapper bits, the studio's legit. Looking fly, Jimmy. That suit fits. Lauren Michaels Lover here. He has reached the highest tier. Television pioneer. Thank you, Mr. Michaels. Monologues are evergreen. Balance from the late night scene. Watching when I was 14, this internship would be a dream. New York City, the top of the heap. I'd wake up in a city that never sleeps. Optimistic, obedient, and a trendsetter. Need more information? Please read my cover letter. Pictionary, pros and cons, head swap, Neil Young, slapjack, beer pong, tupa men are really fun. Quest, love, and black dots selling out arenas. These men are innovators. Mad ideas, roots, legendary roots, crew, no comparison. I can feel a pop at the late night. Adrenaline, Steve Allen, Jack Parr, Johnny Carson, wow. Leno Conan Fallon, how do you like me now? Thank you, family, for giving me the shove, and glory to God, the homie above. Universal, Orlando with a new attraction. People lining up just like a chain reaction. Versatile student with a big ol' smile. I admire the work of 80 Miles. Writers like Joe and Becky and Borelli, taking this shot like my name's Diametti. Zyristic wit and a hard work ethic, appetite for comedy, and I'm energetic. Yearning for a youthful young team member, I'm sure you will find there's zero doubt in my mind I'd be on the next flight. I bid you a very heartfelt good night.
Candidate number 9, 8. I want you to see that candidate. So Jake, actually, 2 days after submitting, Jimmy Fallon came on the show, played a video, and told him he's hired. So again, this is what we want to make a difference for our students. but I want this institution moving forward with respect to technology, with this, my digital literacy, to really put our students at an advantage that no other institutions does. We want to be better than Washington State, that they had somebody like Jake going on. We want our students, and we are better. As, you know, Fullerton is the best institution in the nation, in the world. That's how I believe it. I've been here because I was one of their students, so I have to say that. But it's, you know, we want to be able to move digital literacy to another level moving forward. Where do I put? Yes. Thank you. So what I did is right now I want to talk about some of the things we're doing on the campus. And what are some things that we have done for our students and everything to really bring student success to our Cal State Fullerton. It's also, I have eliminated a lot of projects, because if I put all of them in there, you will not have enough time to go actually really be around Tech Day. So I was told by Robin that I have to shorten my presentation from 200 slides to actually 40. So number one is how many security threats that we blocked at CSUF for this academic year, beginning of the 2017 to up to now. 21.7 billion security threats. 21. All right. Who had it? Please pass them on. Pass them on to them. Please raise your hand. So as the president indicated, we have 30,000 wire port. Our infrastructure is very key, has to work every day. We work very much. I always say my networking folks is really are as bad as my wife. They want money every day for new wireless. And we always adding new wireless beacons. We always add network. This is something we have non-stop. We have actually every day changing new access points. You can see above you, those are access points. We're adding high quality access points. We are increasing the bandwidth of the network. We actually, this year, are moving from 10 gigabit on the edge to 100 gigabit link for our campus. Only few institutions that really have the 100 gig, and we are lucky that working with the Chancellor's office, this would happen for our campus moving for a network. And we have done the highest level of security tools that we have implemented on this campus. We're using Palo Alto, we're using a lot of new security tools that really is a high security. We have actually done multiple layering to really make sure that your work is protected and moving forward. Online, as President indicated, those are some of the numbers. But this is one that really, I look at it, our learning management systems, we have, almost every one of our classes uses learning management systems. We have about 2,000 faculty using it per semester. And we have about almost every single one of the students that use our learning management system. This was, about 5 years ago, about a third of what you see here. So this is really a work of our faculty, work of our campus to really promoting technology in the classroom and ability for students to have access to their information anywhere, any place, and be able to really elevate our technology in teaching and learning. Another product that we're putting out, this is what's done. We got an innovation grant for it. It's called Titanium Engagement. We're rolling out for fall semester. We actually had a soft launch of Titanium Engagement. When you're engaged in the Titanium system, which is our learning management systems, we actually look to see between you and your peers how you look for. So when we looked at it, the data on your right, it talks about this engagement. The students that are not engaged in Titanium, from a week 6 to 8, their grades of D, F, and W goes up. You can see that. And the people that are engaged are stay in those numbers. So really give us an indicator, an early alert system that we can work with the faculty. This is available. This system is available for all students, all advisors, and all faculty. That I can look at the engagement of the students. This system gets done automatically. Again, we wanted innovation grant for it from a Chancellor's office to implement this system. We have done student softwares. We have tons of student software available. This is really gives you what we want for digital literacy. We are one of the few campuses. we were the first campus in the West Coast that provide Adobe to our students, all of our students. We were the second campus after Indiana to actually implement it in the nation for Adobe products. We were, thank you. Grammarly, another one. We were the first in the West Coast to implement Grammarly for all of our students, which is a grammar, it's really improve your grammar. We have lots of other applications like SPSS. When we look at ours, this can find in any UC, this list, you can find in any CSU within the system that we have available for all of our students to really make them a digital literate and be able to move them into the workforce as very high-level students. This is another one, Adobe product. We actually did digital literacy with Adobe. We have embedded Adobe. Adobe gave us about $45,000 grants to really embed Adobe into the curriculum. We have about 970 students, 20 faculty members, 35 class sessions. And I want you to look at this, that we're actually using video, Adobe Premiere, in our English 101 classes in this campus. After North Carolina, we are one of the institutions that are actually doing that in our English classes. Just want to let you know. And in nation, our few universities that does such a thing for our students. Grammarly, we roll Grammarly on campus for all of our students this fall 2017. And we have over 6,000 faculty, staff, and students using it. Actually, my grammar got a lot better by using Grammarly. Because my grammar checker was Robin. So she is Grammarly Pro Plus now. And if you look at, we have over 560 million word was checked, 1.6 million errors reviewed and corrected. We are looking VMOC. This is something we're doing for careers. We have an artificial intelligence resume building for our students when they go to the workforce. That give them the best possible resumes to be successful in the, when you move into the community. This is available now in your careers and available to all of our students. We're actually rolling out a new product called Pitch Vantage that gives you can use this product. What it does is for a presentation. You can record your presentation and use artificial intelligence to tell you how your presentation and give you ability to correct that moving forward. This one is iFullerton. As you know, we roll out iFullerton. We were one of the first campuses in CSU that rolled out a mobile app on the campus. And I want you to listen to Jessica, that what iFullerton does today for you. Jessica's my favorite.
Hey Titans, it's Jessica. I'm here at the beautiful Cal State Fullerton campus today to introduce you to the super helpful and free app, iFullerton. It's the official Cal State Fullerton mobile app, which provides you all kinds of services and information. You're gonna be amazed at how much you're able to get done with iFullerton, no matter where you are. If you're always on your phone or tablet, like me, this app is a really convenient way to stay on top of your college life. For example, the Titan Mobile service is a real lifesaver. You don't have to be in front of your computer to enroll in classes, check your holds, make payments, check financial aid, and much, much more. Have you ever been out and needed access to your class info, turn in an assignment, participate in class discussion? The Titanium service helps you do just that. Posted. Just participated in class discussion. It's that easy. iTuffy is the new campus service available 24/7 to guide you through your time here at CSUF. Ask iTuffy a question about a service, location, or operating hours and get an answer to the things you care about instantly. Hey iTuffy, where is the Career Center?
Career Center is located on the second floor of the LH building, room 208.
And what's their phone number?
Career Center can be contacted at 657-278-3121.
So cool! There's so much more to do with iFullerton. Get real-time parking availability, reserve smart rooms, connect with academic advising, and even get campus dining information. Well, I've got to get to class. Remember, while some apps waste your time, iFullerton saves your time by putting information at your fingertips. Download it today. Bye!
She's my favorite. Yeah, she's fantastic. But again, iFullerton, we keep upgrading our iFullerton to be able to really enhance what the students are. You need every day. The iTuffy on mobile is a new product that we put in. We have actually won 2 awards for it. We won the CIO award for the iTuffy. We were the first university in the nation actually have a chatbot that uses artificial intelligence and ability to really create conversation for students. So we rolled that out in fall 2017 as a soft launch, and we're actually rolling out in a full-blown for 2018. The goal of this to be able to use for academic advising, for be able to get social events, anything on this campus. And it's available also for parents and people coming on campus to be able to find out where things are on our campus, to get really getting the community in this campus. The iTuffy also, we are relaunching it on Alexa. I told you my other wife is Alexa, so I had to make sure that I have something for Alexa. So Alexa is also be rolling it, and we're looking at rolling Alexa in the dorm room to start with. So we're going to put Alexa in the dorm rooms. So we are looking at about 100 to 200 dorm rooms as a pilot for fall 2018. We're putting Alexa in there and be able to ask Alexa question about iTuffy. And if we have time, we'll actually do a demo of this. Matt Bedell here to give you a demo of Alexa and how Alexa works using iTuffy on our campus. Another thing that we roll out for the campus is a data visualization center. As we talked about in one of the keys for EDUCAUSE was how do we manage data. We were talking about we have a data visualization center in a Titan Hall that's available for faculty to be able to have their classes in there, if have it for administration to be able to use really the data-driven decision making and understanding how analytics can help you moving with your class assignment, moving with your planning, and moving forward with anything you want to do with respect to data. Another one that we have implemented on a second floor that you get to see, we have developed the innovation and makerspace that gives you the ability to use Microsoft Surface Hubs. It gives you ability to do VR, high-end PCs, Mac, ultimate 3D printer, so you can do innovations. And some of the faculty can, for the graduate students or undergraduate, can bring their classes in the center. If you had a chance, it's part of our tech day. It's on the second floor. Please go and visit it. It has ability to use Raspberry Pi. How many use what Raspberry Pis are? All right, great. We have Raspberry Pis available for students. We can actually check out Raspberry Pis and be able to really use 3D printer for respect to that in those centers moving forward. Titan Direct Access, another project that we've been working with our bookstore and also with our publisher, the vendors, Vital Source, and others to provide electronic textbooks at very low cost. We're looking at about 80%, save up to 80% of the print. So this is really help us working with them to really bring the cost down. We have about 1,400 classes using it, 407 unique courses, and about over 49,000 enrolled in the new system to bring the cost of the textbooks down for our students. Titan Net system, we're rolling out a new system that is going to really help us with the student success. There's a system that gives you analytics, is powered by EAB, and gives you analytics about our students. It's good for advising. It gives you scheduling for students. For example, if in fall you want to schedule for your advising center, you can be able to use the Titan Net to be a scheduled advising session for financial aid, ability students to schedule online and be able to go to those sessions and have a communication between the faculty and faculty advisors, financial aid advisors, career advisors, everybody with the students on the campus. This is a state-of-the-art appointment management and case management system moving forward. And the last thing we've been working on at least on this slide, is we are looking at upgrading our classroom. Those of you know that we have upgraded all of our general classroom to the new technology, except we are working on the lecture halls. Those are coming. And also we're looking at upgrading some of the new active classrooms that coming up. We want to try increase the active classrooms coming. So you can see we're trying to get them back to the area that we talked about. Remember that cartoon I showed you, the way your engagements are really into active learning instead of really be a one-dimensional learning moving forward. By that, I want to thank you for your time, and I want to appreciate you coming to the Technology Day. Thank you.